I am not Jackie Smith. I do not have blonde hair or blue eyes. I'm not 38 years old. Social networking is the most popular fad on the internet. You can be who you want, act how you want, and say what you want. According to Jim Collins' article, The Pros and Cons of Identity Scoring versus Credit Monitoring, featured in Business Journal but retrieved from EBSCO host, identity theft is the stealing of another person's information for personal gain. Information being your address, phone number, your credit card information, even your name on a social network. I'm sure all of you wake up in the morning, check your Facebook pages much like myself, see how many likes you got on your status or how many comments are on your latest selfie. Maybe you accept your friend request from your Aunt Marge. Well, you don't know if that is your real Aunt Marge. Maybe your Aunt Marge's neighbor stole her name on a social networking page. I became interested in identity theft when I watched the movie The Net in high school. In The Net, Sandra Bullock has her entire identity erased by internet hackers. I want to talk to you today about the different forms of identity theft. I want to elaborate a little bit on social networking fraud, and I want to give you information on recovery. FTC.gov, ran by the Federal Trade Commission, states, once identity thieves have your information, they can drain your bank account, charge on your credit cards, open utility accounts under your name, and get medical treatment, and so on. This just shows you how much of your information can be used against you. Identity theft occurs in 4 different forms. Computer crimes, which consists of data, such as your credit card number, your phone number, and address, can be taken off of websites, such as online shopping sites. Viruses can be sent through your email, and games and apps on Facebook, which can be monitored or can be sent out by people who are spammers. And your passwords can be stolen by spy programs. The second form is document loss, in which is common for travelers where your wallet might get stolen. And in your wallet, you may have had your Social Security number card. Well, your mail and your mailboxes often contain credit cards, pre-approved, which means that you can get it out of the mailbox and use it. And that's very, very dangerous. So if you tend to get pre-approved credit cards, opt out of them on the number on the back, because any Tom, Dick, and Harry can come and get that out of your mailbox and use it under your name. And the third type is personal betrayal, in which coworkers, friends, or family betray you. Coworkers might seem odd, but for instance, you worked 40 hours this week and your coworker worked 38. Perhaps he changed the name on your time card and he got that 40 hours. And family often adults often steal their children's Social Security cards and numbers, and they use them against them for their own personal gain. The final type I want to talk to you about is business leaks. For instance, consumer files. At the grocery store I work at, we have check cashing profiles, in which we have their address, phone number, driver's license number. I'm not for certain because I'm not authorized to look at them, but there might even be Social Security numbers in there. If I got the bright idea to go look in that box and take somebody's stuff, I have the information needed to apply for credit cards under their name. So I always suggest using your driver's license number and not your Social Security number for safety. And I want to talk to you about breaches. Michael Sibby, a financial analyst, wrote the article, What No One Is Telling You About Identity Theft, for Money Magazine in 2005. In this article, he gives examples of 4 major breaches, which included Choiceport, in which 145,000 people had their information stolen. LexisNexis, 310,000. Time Warner, who actually produces Money Magazine, 600,000 people's information was stolen. And then Bank of America, in which 1.2 million people have no control over the information that's gone. But let's backtrack. Remember how I stole Jackie's identity? I committed social networking fraud. Social networking is so easy. Karen Caitie, a contributing writer for Money Magazine, in 2010 sums up the dangers of ID theft on a social network in her article, Protect Your Kids on Facebook. She states, Facebook is a goldmine for ID thieves who plunder pages for data they can use to apply for credit cards and loans. She gives you a few examples of ways to protect yourself. Never share full information. Don't give your birthday out, don't put your address, don't even put your phone number if you don't have to. Another thing she suggests is setting your profile to friends only. This allows that only your friends that you accept can see what you post. For instance, if you go on vacation and somebody who's not your friend sees that, they may go break into your house when you're gone in Mexico for the week. And don't grant full permissions to Facebook apps, which is very difficult. Read the fine print. Some hackers make fake games or apps, and they can get into your profile and steal information like that. Matthew Searle, in 2009, informed PC readers of the time he stole his friend's identity in the article, "I Stole My Friend's Identity." After his experience meddling with identity theft, Searle gives a few ideas of protection. The first one is to claim your name. If you don't have a social networking page, for instance, if you have a Facebook but you don't have a Twitter, get on Twitter and make a page in your name using your email. And if you have no interest in using it, we'll leave it blank. That secures that somebody else can't get on and make a page under your name. The second thing he says to do is monitor for your name. For instance, if you get on Facebook and you see somebody's got the same name as you, check it out. Make sure they're not stealing your information. Make sure they're not saying, hey, I'm from, Acton City, and I have 3 kids, blah, blah, blah. If something happens and, for instance, somebody does steal it, contact customer service immediately. They're there to help you. Last, I want to inform you on what resources are available if your identity is stolen. From ftc.gov, there are 3 steps if your identity has been stolen. Number 1, you're going to call one of the 3 agencies. 3 agencies are Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. If you call one of them, they have to inform the other 2. You're going to order a credit report from one of those sites, probably the same one that you called from, and that's where you're going to dispute your errors. You're going to see, look, I didn't apply for this credit card or this credit card or this credit card. And then the last thing you're going to do is you're going to print an identity affidavit from ftc.gov, and this is going to show that this is a paper saying my identity's been stolen. You're going to file it in accordance with a police report, which will create an identity theft report in which shows, hey, my identity's stolen, something's going crazy. So what have we learned? We've learned that there are 4 types of identity theft: computer crime, document loss, business breaches, and personal betrayal. We learned to avoid social networking fraud by staking claim to your name, so making profiles in your name, even if you leave them blank. And we've learned that the FTC is there to assist you. So next time that you're answering an email, ordering something offline, or accepting a friend request, remember that on the internet, nobody knows you're a dog.